We've got incidents going on here. Whoa! Straight up through.
Clear right. Car right. Clear right.
Alright guys, hello, welcome to another race video. So we're back at Lime Rock Park today in the GR86 for a bit of a rematch from the race that we won last season, but under somewhat controversial circumstances. So check the links down in the description below for the replay of that race, but we're hoping for a cleaner race today. Hopefully we can get up on the podium, but I doubt it. We're down in 7th position for today's race. Pretty evenly matched on pace with the guys around me, so it should be a pretty exciting race today. No idea how things are going to play out, but it's been pretty chaotic this season so far in the GR86. So we'll see how I got to say a big thank you as well to Acertech Sim Sports for sponsoring today's video. We're running their Invicta pedals on the rig right now, as you guys should know by now. We've been running them for about 18 months now and absolutely loving them. But if you want to see more details on their gear, check the links in the description below. Let's get geared up for the start here. Hopefully we don't get any silly business. We've had a couple of instances of people jamming on the brakes.
Stay out of trouble.
And then cars from the back's kind of charging past half the field before the race starts. But I think we're okay. We got a little bit caught napping there. One guy along my right-hand side, or left-hand side rather, but we're 3 wide at the moment. This could get sketchy.
15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes.
We're just going to keep it nice and tight. At least when we're on the inside, we're not going to get caught up in anybody else's accident, generally speaking. So clear on my inside by the looks of things. Now the tyres heat up very quickly around this circuit in this particular car, so we want to try and maximise the first few laps here. Not going to go too wide through here, that would be silly. Just cover that inside line, try to get the power down as quickly as we can, so don't get left behind here. So far so good. We've got 2 wide behind us. I can see looking very likely that they're going to have an accident. No, they've filed back into position now. All good. Oh, a little wide. We're okay. Just survived it. Okay, we've survived lap 1. That was my main concern. Let's see how much longer we can survive.
P8.
On your right.
Down the inside.
Clear right.
Thread it through. Nice. Nice clean overtake. That's what we want. We've got incidents going on here. Whoa! Straight up through.
Clear right. Car right. Clear right.
That was probably the luckiest moment I've ever had in sim racing. I had to have some luck there eventually. We've been taking out so many races now. I think we're up to 3rd place. What's going on? Wow, all right, now can we hold this position?
59.6.
Can we hold this? Because we've got some really fast guys behind us.
P3.
That is not how I expected this race to play out. But I know some of these guys behind me are going to be a lot faster than me, so we're just going to have to absolutely nail this from now on if we're going to hold this 3rd place. That was crazy. I can't wait to see the replay of that. .9 second gap behind. We're going to have absolutely no mistakes. No pressure.
New fastest lap for Soto.
No pressure at all.
That was a 1:00.4.
That is about half a second off where we need to be if we're going to stay in front of these guys, I think. Although I'm not sure how many of the fast guys were actually killed in that incident. Seem to be holding this gap down for now. he's just gained a whole bunch in the chicane there.
The gap behind is now
He's about half a
0.5.
second faster than me through there. I'd say he had a mistake earlier in the lap. All right, it's on.
Okay, well, hold your nerve, just keep it smooth, no mistakes. That was a 1:00.4 seconds.
Not sure if we're gaining on second place as well, potentially. Not sure. Oh, he's so much faster than me through there. Oh boy.
Minutes remaining, 10 minutes.
Probably going to slipstream me here, I'd say. We don't want to do anything stupid, so we'll just see.
P3, you've just done a 1:00.5.
He's not close enough to sort of send one down the inside into the chicane here. Maybe if we can slow him up enough, we might back him into the other guys. Keep him under pressure from behind. That might be the best strategy here, but I'm not gonna defend aggressively. If he gets a run on me, I'm not gonna do any silly weaving or anything like that. Just let him go. He might actually drag us up to the next car because we are gaining. We've gained a second in the last 2 laps on Daniel in front of us too, so there is a chance.
Sector 2 is 0.6 off the pace.
It would make no sense to throw the race away, try to defend and end up crashing out. Defending overly aggressively. I mean, he is actually under pressure from behind again now. He's a little bit further back than he was the previous lap, so he said just how much faster he is than me through there. I'm going to have to study his lines. We'll have a look at that in the replay too. See exactly what he's doing differently because, yeah, that's crazy. You can see how he's broken away from the car behind him through there too.
The next car is Rivera.
2.2 seconds to Daniel.
Good consistency, keep him coming. Okay, well, halfway home, we've got plenty of fuel.
We're gaining. That was a bit faster. Yeah, I think he's having to defend now more aggressively, so
The gap behind's increased to 0.9.
that's exactly what we want. Just keep this pace up. I could go a little faster than I am, but I don't want to risk making a mistake. I'm within my comfort zone at the moment, which is sensible all the time that we're opening up this gap.
You've just done a 1:00.2.
He's picked up the pacing. I think Daniel's just making a lot of mistakes maybe because his pace seems to be okay. That was a bit faster again. Now I know that you can go so much faster through there. I think I might have gained a little bit of time just in taking a slightly shallower entry. Oh, we're definitely pulling away now, which is good. 1.8 second gap in front though, so he's actually opened up the gap again a little bit. Trying to be nice and smooth with my inputs. One of the mistakes I used to make a lot. Oh, he's off!
Rivera in. The gap is now 1.7.
Whoa! Oh, that's going to bring the other guys right back with me though. They're right up with me. That's so unfair. I could have kept it pinned, but I was so worried he was going to roll back. Didn't want to risk it. The number of times a car rolls back in front of you when that happens.
We'll be on the podium if we can keep it together.
I had a feeling Daniel was making a lot of mistakes because we'd be equal on pace and then all of a sudden I'd gain a second. So I was kind of hoping that might happen.
B2.
But the race is on behind us still. Just trying to keep it as smooth as I can. I've definitely found a little bit of pace there. He's not just running right up behind me like he was before. Learning how to drive by watching my mirrors. Well, he didn't gain on me that lap. I feel like my smoothness has improved a lot. I'm not stabbing the throttle mid-corner like I used to, which is good. I'm able to judge my exits a lot better. It's just practice, really. But these guys are dropping back now.
The gap to Bello behind is increasing. It's now 2.0.
That's what we want. Keep going, boys. Keep battling. .8 seconds behind, but he's under big pressure.
The gap to Soto ahead is now 13 seconds. That lap time was 1:00.3. That's good consistency. Keep it up.
Where are they? 2.2 seconds now, so we're pulling away. One mistake though, they'll be all over me. I feel like if I hadn't been watching what he was doing in my mirror, I wouldn't have figured out how to take that corner out a little bit quicker.
2 minutes to go, 2 minutes.
And he probably would have got past me, but 2 minutes to go now, only a couple more laps. Probably 3 more laps, I'd say. 1.7 seconds behind. We just got to manage this gap now. Starting to get a little bit more understeer in the car now. Yeah, he gained half a second on me there again.
P2.
Oh, good. Only one more lap to go. All right. 1.3 second gap. No mistakes. We should have this in the bag, I think, boys.
Okay, Will, one more to go. Keep it together, we'll be on the podium.
What did I say at the start of the race? I was hoping for a podium.
Rivera has been disqualified.
Oh,
You've got
someone
half
got
your fuel
disqualified.
left.
You don't hear that often. Jeez, he must have had an absolute shocker of a race. 1.4 seconds behind. No mistakes, come on. .2 seconds. One more corner to go, come on. Woo! That feels as good as a win, far out. Yes! Oh man.
Well done, decent drive.
Oh man, well there's definitely some stuff to unpack in the replay for this one. I want to have a look at what happened with that incident at the start. That was absolutely wild. And then I want to have a look as well as exactly what the guy behind was doing to be so much quicker than me through that chicane. I got an idea of what he was doing. I think what I was doing was kind of going wide and then slowing right down and just compromising too much speed. But he seemed to be going a little shallower and then being back on the power much earlier, which carries momentum all the way back up the hill. So, but he seemed to be gaining the time sort of mid-corner. Anyway, we'll have a look at the replay. Let's jump in and check it out now. All right, so let's have a look at how this race played out. There's a couple of things I want to get out of this. I want to see, obviously, the incidents, and I also want to see exactly where I was losing that time through that chicane too. Hopefully you guys can learn something from that too. Now, we got caught napping a little bit. You can see I'm the Castrol car on the left-hand or the right-hand side of the circuit. Left-hand side as you're looking at it, just got passed by that yellow or green car screaming down the straight. Now, he hung back quite a bit there at the start and ended up, you know, when everybody else was slow, he was able to speed up in anticipation of the green. So quite a smart move there. See, there was a little bit of contact behind as well. Car went spinning. We'll skip over that one though, because it didn't really impact us. And let's skip forward to lap 2 now. So this is where we got the move done on the guy in front of us. Now, he was thinking about sending one down the inside here. And at this point, I knew that his exit was going to be compromised. So I just focused on carrying as much mid-corner speed as I possibly could, just sort of setting myself up here. And just snuck down the inside. So he did well there to realise that I was on his inside and jump out of the way. Nice clean move. And then immediately following that, that's where the big incident happened. So first we'll follow me, see exactly how I got through it. So snuck straight down the inside. Oh man, that was lucky. I mean, that could have played out so differently, but yeah, let's unpack that a little bit further. So the first thing that happened here was Noah, who was in position number 3, came unstuck. And you can see he's just gone out and touched the grass there. He's gotten sideways. Very easy mistake to make. I always actually leave a little bit of margin there. Don't run it right up against the edge, because I know that as soon as you go to turn in, if you're on the grass at all, it's game over. But Oreo car ended up making contact with him. And you can see the guys behind then also concertinaed. That put the Fanatec car out of position. You can see here I come in the Castrol car straight through me. I was a little bit worried that he might move across. I thought about jumping on the brakes harder, but I could see a gap there. And I figured I was probably safe making my way through. Was there any more contact afterwards? No, it doesn't look like it. It looks like everybody else made it through unscathed. Whew! So I've skipped forward to lap 4 now. You can see I've got a decent gap behind me, but that is about to close up coming into that chicane. So I'm really interested to see exactly where I'm losing that time. I feel like it's probably mid-corner, but I want to analyze this a little bit more, see exactly, because he's gaining about half a second on me just in that one spot. So you can see big gap, still a big gap, and then
Okay, he's just carrying way more. It's not actually the mid-corner at all, it's the entry. He's either braking later or just not braking as hard. Let's have another look at that. I'm braking at the shadow generally, which is about there, yeah. And then, yeah, you can see he's just braking. All those guys are braking way later. Let's actually ride on board with him now. All right, so this is riding on board. You'll see how quickly he gains on me. So I'm braking at the shadow cast by the tree. I'm braking quite lightly to not unbalance the car. And he's braking pretty much at the ripples. So, and he's still able to maintain and carry that speed through the mid-corner. Let's have a look at his line there too. All right, so you can see I actually was on the brakes a little bit earlier than normal there, just a touch. So it's a good example lap. Normally I'm braking exactly at that shadow, but I was a touch early. But let's have a look at his line. See whether his line is significantly different from mine, despite carrying all that extra speed. So he's a little out of shape there. He's actually counter-steering a little bit, but he's turning in pretty early too. Is he actually bumping over the sausage? Yeah, he is. Okay. So yeah, he's carrying more speed on the entry and then being more aggressive, actually attacking those curbs a little bit more. I found that they can unsettle the car pretty easily, so I'm definitely taking a more conservative approach there. But yeah, I can see. I mean, that right there, that's half a second that he's gaining on me. So I've just fast forwarded another lap here just to make sure we weren't doing anything significantly differently. So again, should be braking around about the shadow. Actually, was still a touch earlier than the shadow. And again, see if he got out of shape this time. So he's not going quite as wide on entry as I am. He's cutting the corner a lot more. You can see I actually did take the curb that time. Probably because I'd seen him in my mirror doing it and thought that maybe that was the way to go. But you can see he's taking a more shallow, and it's interesting because I'm normally criticized by you guys for being too shallow on my entry. But you can see on this particular corner, it actually works really well. And he's gained another 2 or 3 tenths there on me easily just through that one sector. But let's fast forward now and have a look at the next incident. All right, so analyzing Daniel now. So it was a bit of an interesting one because I feel like his raw pace was a little quicker than mine, but then he seemed to be making a lot of little mistakes throughout the lap. So we did actually end up gaining a couple of seconds on him throughout the course of the race just with driving consistently. But let's have a look here. He's touched the grass and, yeah, doesn't take much. Now, I had to get right on the brakes. I was worried his car was going to go back out that way. Let's have a look at that too. So by this point, I'd actually built a decent gap behind me again, just through those guys behind me battling. So, yeah, I had to jump. I was worried his car was going to roll that way again. I just didn't know which way to go. So that did unfortunately bring those guys behind much closer. You can see he's right up behind me again at this point. So I was very worried I was going to get past, but we ended up managing to stay ahead. So let's jump ahead now and have a look at the final results. All right, so we were in the top split. Strength of the field was 2200 or thereabouts. We gained plus 12 on our safety rating. We did have a 0 incident race, which was good, and plus 91 on the I rating. We had a couple of really bad races, takedowns, things like that. In the earlier GR86 races. That's what I commented earlier in the race, that it was, I was really happy that I got that lucky break because we'd had so many rotten races. So I was hoping my I rating would bump up a little bit higher, but at least our safety rating's gone back up. We're almost back to a B license again now, at least. We should get back to an A license in no time. So relative pace-wise, that's really what I'm most interested in here. Fastest lap of the race was a 59.387. Joshua was checked out at the front. There was no doubt about him winning the race unless he had an incident. But how was my relative pace? So I did a almost minute flat. That's actually pretty quick for me for race pace. Fastest lap is a 59.5, but that was a bit of a fluke. Normally I'm around about the minute flat mark. So for race pace, that's pretty good. But you can see all of these guys here behind, all significantly faster than I was. But either they were battling each other or, they ended up having an incident or just less consistent. So it just goes to show that sometimes staying within your limits and, just sort of analyzing what's going on around you and driving to the conditions rather than trying to push too hard and it ended up having an incident can pay off. I did get very lucky there, though, as well, with avoiding that incident. So, yeah, it was about time we had a lucky break, but I'm glad it happened. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Big thank you once again to Acertech SimSports for sponsoring today's video. A big thank you to our channel members and Patreons, too. You'll see the list of their names down below. If you do want to join those, there are links down in the description below, and that's an awesome way of helping support the channel as well. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.